Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Kerbal Space Program. Thanks for your feedback. People have told me a couple of things that are particularly important. The big one is SAS requires electricity, as does transmitting science. So your SAS stops working, or at least stops working at any sort of valid efficiency, when you use all of your electricity to transmit science. Makes sense. Thank you for the feedback there. I think we should try to knock out some easy contracts. We tried to get a little bit above our pay grade last time. Like the radial decoupler landed at Kerbin, seems like the easiest thing in the world. The radial decoupler splashed down at Kerbin, easiest thing in the world. And test the Flea solid fuel booster at the launch site. This is just free science as far as I'm concerned. So let's start. We could probably knock out two of these at once. Flea solid fuel booster and TT-38K radial decoupler splashdown at Kerbin. Let's launch a rocket that can handle both of those at the present moment. So we'll start with. We might want to start doing some spaceplane stuff too. I understand it's much more difficult, but that kind of appeals to me. Not because it's warranted, given my level of support for the game so far and my progress, but because it'll be fun. So it was the TT-38K that was the one that we're supposed to test when it splashed down. I mean, do we have like solar panels, or we just put like a battery pack on there? I don't necessarily expect this to be very good. It's not a rocket that I'm looking to take me, into space, is what I'm trying to get at. Really, I'm just looking for it to land us here and be okay. So do, just dance. Spin that record, baby. Do. I think I'm gonna give it like a structural fuselage, just so I have something to put wings on. Or winglets, rather. So we'll go aerodynamics. Oh, we have other things like a tail fin. I mean, it's a rocket, so I'm not necessarily sure that a tail fin is a necessity, but it kind of looks sweet, so let's do that. And, give it two swept wings, obviously. I know this. I am building a rocket. It's not my intention to build a plane, but it looks sort of funny, so I'm going to roll with it, okay? We're going to call this Bad Space Plane. So we're testing the Flea, and we're testing this when we land. Fire these. Kunk, kunk. No. This should fire. This should fire after the parachute. Let's give this a try. It's a hideous creature. I'll give you that. Wow, the wings are touching the ground when you start. Yeah, that doesn't seem like the right way to do it. Hey, we have a problem here. Yeah. Oh, jeez. I can't deprive you of the explosion. I think we want to go back to the vehicle assembly bay. I didn't think about that. I was like, these swept wings are touching the ground. That's not a great idea. So let's go structural stability enhancers. Yeah, that's good enough. Save it, launch it. I know you'd launch a space plane from the hangar. So we're gonna SAS. Oh god, I didn't tell these to detach. There we go. So, SAS off. Here you go. It's a launched space plane. Are we gonna splash down? I'm pessimistic. But it's sort of majestic, wouldn't you say? Not gonna splash down. Revert flight. Revert to vehicle assembly. Okay, obviously, like, I know how to fly one of these things. Believe it or not. I was just trying to be, like, a little bit forward thinking, but it turns out that, as is often the case, my forward thinking was actually, like, very backwards. So, instead we'll just put 4 winglets on that bad boy and knock some contracts out here, okay? And first off, this staging has to happen at this time right here. Launch it up. Fuel's not gonna last very long. Okay, you know what? If you want to fly this way, go ahead and fly this way. Is it the battery pack that's causing me to fly all weird-like? Because this should be like the easiest design in planet Earth's short history. But instead, I mean, I'm just attaching the battery pack for like no reason, basically. Well, we could do what we always do and just get like way too much stuff on the rocket to accomplish a relatively simple mission. That's like the Northernlion special right there. Well, you know what we should do is maybe have it align. So it's gonna, this is gonna fire. Oh, these aren't even attached yet. Or is it going off because it's not stabilized on all sides? I doubt it. Yo, you have one winglet. Don't be a moron here. X. Line it up. Yeah, that sort of works. You know what? Sure. Launch 4 of those bad boys there. Anything to keep it stable. And let's save it and make these like bilaterally symmetrical. I don't necessarily think this is our problem, but I think it could be. So, launch stabilizers first. Boosters.
I'm gonna go catch Pokemon.
Alright. This thing fires. This doesn't fire yet. Have fun. This thing is gonna fire here, and then the parachute's gonna activate, then these are gonna go. Okay, let's give this a shot. I think we got a chance. I think we got a genuine chance here. This shouldn't be as difficult as it is, I'll be the first to tell you that. So we've tested the solid fuel booster. We just want to bank slightly to the left, which is what the second stage of this rocket is there for. What happened? We didn't put an engine, we just put fuel tanks. Dude, it'll work. Just keep flipping. You can make it. Just keep flipping. All you need to do is splash down. We're gonna turn this into a freaking tomahawk. Oh, I'm getting increasingly skeptical. Just splash down. That's all you gotta do. No, we're gonna come like straight down. Yeah, also Jebediah has probably had his brain scrambled here. This is the longest we've ever had to do to get like one single mission to work, but it is because I'm being a moron here. Just include, no, we don't need the Terrier engine, don't be ridiculous. Just include the most basic possible engine form. This is, you know what? I apologize, sincerely. Sometimes I make mistakes in this game that I think people should be more sympathetic to. This time, I'm making some mistakes that are actually idiotic. That's not gonna help my case too much. Not the best piloting, but we are gonna make it. And you know what? Let's redeem ourselves. Let's SpaceX this thing. Look at that. We've regained control of the rocket. To a great degree? No, I wouldn't say to a great degree. Try to align yourself along the prograde, please. We have tons of electricity left, so. Great work. Now we're going to turn SAS off. Angle up. Probably more slowly than that would be smart. We're out of fuel. Ditch it. Come on, parachute. Come on, parachute. Come on, parachute. We're all dead. I am an idiot. I just did that. That was pride. That was vanity talking. Okay. Vanna White, get out of here. We don't need you anymore. Vanna, take vowels away. I don't need them anymore. Stop this. Remember, you know exactly what you're doing. Align with the prograde. You know what direction you're traveling in. Let the pilot do the work for you. You clearly need a warm-up here. Alright, so we're just gonna... Why? It was going fine. It's like he hit choppy air or something like that. Anyway, ditch it. Ditch it. You're good. Sorry, Ocean. Because I'm a moron today, you have to eat a bunch of jet fuel. Very sorry to tell you that. Alright, let's knock out this warm-up that was way harder than it had any right to be. I don't like that he's gonna land upside down. But he seems relatively happy with the situation, so I'm just gonna let him handle it. I mean, he's falling pretty slowly. I think that he should survive here. Yeah. And then test these bad boys. Whoa. There you go. Problem solved. He loves it. No revert flight. That's muscle memory. Recover vessel. All right, there was no reason that had to take 11 minutes. That's an embarrassment that I will never live down. But did we complete those missions? Yes, we did. Test the radial decoupler. Landed at Kerbin. And it's a TT-70. Okay. And test the heat shield. Landed at Kerbin. That should be easy enough. Test the thumper at the launch site. Easiest money of all time. We're just knocking out miscellaneous stuff that I should be able to handle, but sometimes, you know, what mama don't know won't hurt her. So landed, I believe, just means we've come back down to the ground. I'm gonna tell you exactly what we're gonna do here. Get these out of here. We're gonna launch. The thumper's gonna take us straight up. And then what's the decoupler? Just use this one. And that way they want us to use a heat shield as well. We can only use this after we've landed, so... Do I think that this thing's gonna make us fly better? No, but I'm gonna attach it anyway. We also need the heat shield. Which one? Which heat shield? I thought they glowed. We can still call this one bad spaceplane. It's not incorrect. Test heat shield 1.25 meters. Okay, easy money. That's the one we always use anyway. So we're going to go straight up, ditch this thing as soon as we can safely ditch it. Come straight back down and, you know, get our free prestige. Temperature, heat shield 1.25 meters. I don't think we need that decoupler. You already have one. Alright, you're gonna fire. You're gonna... No. You're gonna fire. You're gonna decouple. And then this is gonna be our final stage right here. Let's go. Again, easy money. No winglets, but we should have them. Because this thing is not stable. It also decoupled right off the bat because I pressed the button. So ditch it. Yeah, but, like, I accidentally had these staged, like, super incorrectly. You see the problem here. This thing still has fuel in it. I'm gonna crash down to the Earth at an alarming pace. So, no, revert flight. Revert to launch. This is a little embarrassing. This decoupler should not fire right off the bat. What are you doing? That's the way it should look. Okay. I'm recovering a vessel that I just had on the launch pad. Hey, we got a lot of money for it, though. Now, launch it. Bad space plane. Experimental parts. It's the same ship. I'm very confused. This is one of those episodes where I know in advance people are going to be like, is NL okay? He is okay. He's just playing badly right now. So we want this thing to launch. Then before it gets too unsteady, which hopefully just won't happen, we're going to ditch it. And our parachute is going to light on fire. Oh, we did it! Successfully detached. Yeah, then just come straight down. You all right, Mother Nature? There it goes. Oh, it burned out. Okay, it's heading out into international waters. That means it's no longer any of our problems here. Can we just, like, warp to the landing site? You're not gonna splash down. Don't give me that. No, I think we just gotta wait it out. It's literally like 30 seconds, so I shouldn't be complaining that much. But, you know, I'm an important scientist here. I'm doing important work. So we've completed the thumper test. All we need to do is land. And then decouple. What? Excuse me? So that's done. And then test the heat shield. It's done. Now jettison it and see what happens. That was pretty sick. Even get a little science out of it. All right. I mean, good mission. Not very well-built rocket, I'll give you that. But yet another contract complete. A little science earned. Do we got anything else in mission control? Test the level 1 Ant liquid fuel engine splashdown at Kerbin. This one actually gives us something. And test the AEFF-1 Airstream Protective Shell in flight over Kerbin. This I've got to know, okay? 16,000 to 20,000 meters, 450 to 1,550 meters per second. I'm going to try to make a plane. We need the Airstream Protective Shell. Okay. Let's get, well, we should go to the spaceplane hangar. No, wrong button. Yeah, get out of here. My brain is UI broken right now, apparently. That's also the wrong area. Okay, spaceplane hangar. Let's go. What is it aerodynamics? Airstream Protective Shell. I mean, it's a test part, so it should exist somewhere here. I'm assuming it's not a fuel tank. Oh, there we go. While the Kerbals at Mission Control were still figuring out how to get their rockets back down to Kerbin safely, the research engineers at Fluid were quickly realizing that protecting parts on ascent was just as important. Heavy research into two-dimensional input-driven procedural construction was then funded with the hopes of making protective shells for the important payloads and interstage areas of the crafts. The protective shells also have the benefit of making the craft more aerodynamic, hopefully saving on precious rocket fuel. So this is not meant for planes. So we will leave the spaceplane facility. In my defense, it said Airstream. I thought maybe, you know, I was thinking of a Gulf Stream, but that's okay. What if we used a new option this time? So we're supposed to use it when we're flying. You know what I actually want to do? Is make like a space shuttle that drops a plane. I'm not gonna do it, because I think it's above my my weight class by an outrageous degree. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. We haven't had a great episode here in terms of progress, so we should be smarter. You know, put a parachute on. We know how to get to 16 to 20,000 feet easily. You just give yourself a good engine. We gotta protect cargo though, so let's go. That's in payload, right? Yeah. Oh, and then you click and drag. Interesting. So this is like obviously the exact opposite way to do this that we should do. But it's sort of sweet. Give me a minute here. I'm trying, okay? Wow. It's so efficient. You gotta admit, it's got kind of a cool look to it. Do we already have the swivel? We do. We should put this, like, up here instead. can't. Alright. Dude, I don't know. We had it there for a second, and now I've lost it. I kind of think that this is not, and this should be obvious, but I'm pretty sure this is not what it's meant for. Excuse me? Okay, get out of here. I don't know what I've done, but I've made a mistake. First off, we don't even have a decoupler here. So this is a level 400 fuel tank. We should put another level 400 fuel tank on top of it. I am actually, like, slowly losing my mind. Because these things were not connected. I've done something with that fuselage creator. Stop, it won't even let me leave. Oh, my lord. I don't know what happened there. Okay. No. Don't use the Sputnik. Let's not be ridiculous. Okay, you got this. Under that, just do the standard. Start with the parachute. And then put a... We don't even... I mean, it might be better just to have a heat shield just in case. And then throw a regular old stack decoupler on that. There you go. That's good enough. Then you want 2 level 400 fuel tanks. I mean, to get to 16,000, we might even want 3. And then, I mean, I want aerodynamics, obviously, so just throw, like, some regular old winglets on here. Okay. And then, finally, whatever the heck this fuselage protective shell is. I don't really want to cover the wings. Might surprise you. What if we actually connect some things that could use a protective shell? Like right now, obviously this is idiotic. I don't think that this is a good suggestion for how to run this thing. Is that... It counts as a phase, too. Oh, I'm in way over my head right now. Okay, so here's what I think we should actually do, is just make, like, almost a dummy phase. So, let's go for structural fuselages. We'll just put 2 of those on here. It shouldn't mess with our symmetry too much. And then we'll wrap those, because we can use these as like a dummy payload. Okay, the payload, they go under the payload. Good to know, thank you. Sick. Yeah, we're doing a really good job so far of using this piece of machinery. Yeah, okay. Can't let me go down. Oh, okay. What about this? Yeah. Yeah, that's the ticket. We've accidentally created large nipples. So those don't fire first. Those fire when we say they fire. This fires right off the bat. I don't know what happened to my brain in between the last couple of episodes. Double entendre. That's not how you spell entendre. That's still not how you spell entendre? Yeah, but like, we don't respect the accents in North America. You just got to accept that. Okay, these fire, this fires at the same time. Throttle up, remember your conditions. 16,000 to 20,000 meters. We might need a little more fuel. at a speed of 450 to 1550. I don't think we're going to need more fuel. Hilariously, I think this is actually going to work, but I'm in desperate need of a lesson on what the heck these, you know, payload protectors are supposed to do. Was this working as intended? I actually do not know. So we're about halfway through our fuel, but we're already, well, we're a little less than halfway to where we need to be altitude-wise. So I'm going to try to keep our speed maybe around, I'm going to slow down now, actually. Just because we're approaching somewhat quickly here. So I'm going to start by just running a test on this one. Didn't work. Mash the buttons? What are you talking about? We were too high up in the air. By the time I did the last one, we were too high up in the air. But still, we know it works. We know it works. He didn't die. He didn't die. We reverted fast enough. He didn't die. The thing exploded, but he didn't die. Easy money. Okay. Let's try this again. This rocket could probably also accomplish the parachute mission, which we've had for a long time. But that's fine. Dude, this is a weird episode because it could possibly end up being the best episode I've ever recorded in terms of progress, but the worst episode in terms of my actual play. We're just completing like piddly little contracts that don't matter all that much. So I'm going to throttle down. I do want to continue to accelerate, but I don't want to accelerate so quickly that I miss my window here. Remember, it's all about staging as well. So this one is not one we can just run tests on. Like, as soon as we get to the requisite conditions, I think we should just mash the space bar and get it done. So that should happen. Yeah, that should happen really soon. Keep ourselves around the lower minimum just so we don't accelerate too fast. Lower minimum, of course, is a bit redundant. Let's go. It worked. Okay, now's the tough part. Jebediah is so good at this part. He does get blasted with jet fuel occasionally, but that's what's cool about Jebediah, is that he's not like a little baby about it. He doesn't care. Oh. Sometimes it kind of points back at me for a second. I don't really like when it does that. Tons of charge left. Okay. Land this bad boy. I suppose, in theory, if we really slow down, we might be able to, oh, don't do that. Speed 1, retrograde, good. If we really, well, now at this point it's not going to happen. But I was going to say we might be able to fit the conditions for the parachute test, but no. We're probably spending way more than you get for rewards anyway, but at least it feels like I'm making some sort of progress, you know? 80 to 170? 80 to 170? Nah, we were like 80 kilometers an hour too off there. That's fine. Honestly, we completed the one test. I think we should try to complete the other one as well. So tempted to just cut parachute. He's done it. You got any science you could recover here? Why not? Recover vessel. So that should be one more mission completed. I do want to knock out the parachute mission just so we've got a clean slate for, this one's called Double Entendre, right? Oh, now it's got invalid parts. Because we're not supposed to have that fuselage thing unlocked? That's fine by me. Get rid of this, you know? This is probably, again, a little cost prohibitive for what we're actually testing here, but let's get our conditions up there. He lived. He lived. Really, this is like, it's bad programming practice. It's code duplication. Every time we come in here, we gotta hit this, mix this staging up. Right, probably throttle up a little bit. 8,000 to 12,000 meters, just in the air. Nothing wrong with that. At 80 to 170 kilometers per hour. So that's the trickier part. Just try to keep yourselves at like a steady 100 might be like the safe bet. It's not like we're gonna run out of fuel. We're just climbing pretty slowly. And then I'm gonna right click. You know what I'm gonna do actually is mash spacebar and then I'm gonna right click test parachute. Starting to deviate a little bit here. You see this? But we're at a speed that I find very amenable right now. It's almost equidistant between the two extremes here. So any second now we should get a chance. Let's get up to 9,000. Mash space. He's done it. Now the tough part. Not letting your parachute burn up in the atmosphere. See the thing? Why didn't I cut the throttle before I did this? Jebediah! Jebediah, you gotta work with me here, okay? I'm trying to roll you off of the craft here. Starring Nev Campbell. You almost got it. You almost got it. Just get below the horizon and you're free, I think. Come on, Jebediah. I know you got it. Just get below the horizon, buddy. You almost had it. Come on. Just get below the horizon, buddy. How are you not free yet? I'm free to do what I want. But not really, because like it's actually a very scary moment. Because if this thing doesn't run out of fuel, he's done it! Now he tumbles aimlessly. Just go for it, dude. You completed it. Let's go. Not the best mission. A little cumbersome. We were basically strapped onto a rocket Dr. Strangelove style for a little bit there, which is probably not the situation we want to find ourselves in, but either way, he's done it again. In 100 seconds or so. And we should be able to get our next level of something at this point as well. So it's like a 4-contract episode. That's a start. And we're going to try to do some big sciencey stuff in the next episode. Try to get to the moon. For real this time, though. Flight control. Better winglets. Inline reaction wheels. Sure. What are you, like 1/8 of the way through the tree? But either way, I'll take it. Hey, for now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button in spite of my own idiocy. But for now, thanks for watching. And I will see you next time. If I can stop. Can you let me stop recording? No? Okay.